Virginia is geared up as another winter storm hits the state. Governor Bob McDonnell has kept a state of emergency in effect that he issued last week. The Virginia Department of Emergency Management stands ready to assist localities who need additional help. For example, today the department sent assets to the city of Alexandria, including 4 medics, 40 firefighters, and an incident management team. And joining us now to discuss this latest storm is Laura Southard, Public Affairs Coordinator with the Virginia Department of Emergency Management. Laura, thanks for joining us.
Good evening.
Now, Laura, what are the major concerns with this storm following the massive one on the weekend?
Above all, life safety has to be highest on our list, and we are cautioning people, especially if they are in areas where roads haven't been completely cleared and more snow is falling, to be extremely careful as they are traveling.
What have you seen as the biggest challenges from this past weekend, the massive snowstorm on the weekend?
Well, what we see now is that there's just a tremendous amount of snow out there, and we've got to find a place to put it. So a lot of heavy equipment is being pressed into use, such as motor graders and bulldozers, to physically pick up the snow, put it on dump trucks, and haul it away.
Now, is this something that most localities have, or are you having to assist them in regards to locating this equipment?
Well, if VDOT doesn't have all the equipment that they need for state-maintained roads, they do have private contractors that they can call in to assist. And then we have gotten some calls to provide equipment even above and beyond what they're able to get. So we're trying to do as much as we can to get the equipment where it needs to go.
I would think that maybe some areas of the state that haven't been experiencing the snow, like maybe in the southern or southwestern part of the state, could, similar to what power companies do when they bring in power companies from other states to help them with big power outages. Is that a possible solution for more assets on the ground where the snow is the worst?
Actually, several agencies, such as the Department of Transportation and the National Guard, are strategically repositioning resources from other parts of the state to those areas that are going to need it for this next storm, and that's especially northern and western Virginia.
What about the equipment itself? Has the equipment localities used and VDOT used, has that held up?
You know, a lot of people, they think about all of our folks having to work 12-hour shifts in emergency response, and, so you're on for 12 and maybe you're off for 12, but the equipment's on for 24. So it's really important to keep that going. Mechanics are the most important people behind the scenes in snow removal operations, and they keep the equipment moving. Of course, you're going to have breakdowns, you're going to have parts that need to be replaced, but I can assure you that every locality and the state is making highest efforts possible to keep that equipment moving.
What are the biggest mistakes that residents make in a big snowstorm?
One of the things we'd want to caution people about is snow on the roofs. We have a lot of reports today, and they are increasing, of buildings collapsing, carports collapsing around the state. And we want to caution people that only trained professionals should remove snow from roofs. Generally, buildings are designed for heavy loads, but we've got some extreme amounts of snow, and that is causing some problems. So just be careful. Use a trained professional to get snow off your roof.
And generally speaking, is that something people should be concerned about, or generally the roofs should handle and people shouldn't try to go up or do anything?
Buildings with flat roofs seem to be somewhat susceptible, as are commercial-type buildings, carports, awnings, any of those lighter-type structures. And, of course, people's safety is much more important than whether a roof fails. So just be aware of that. Be mindful of that. Your own life is much more important than a building.
All right, Laura Southard with the Virginia Department of Emergency Management, thanks so much for joining us.